Charlie Day's like outfit just sort of just didn't really scream like 2025.
Okay, so let's talk about Charlie Day for a second, because I love him, but I can't. It just feels like an episode of Sunny whenever he shows up in anything, right? It's like, honey. It sounds like he's about to talk about cheese and I, like it. I don't know. I'm hoping it doesn't take me out of the movie.
I usually complain about like, oh, Paul Rudd is just like doing the Paul Rudd thing, and like I don't care. Give me Charlie all the time, same way, please. Don't mess it up. I'll be upset if it's different. So I don't mind that.
So you just want Charlie Kelly in this movie? That's what you want?
Yeah, basically. And I wonder if like Ethan Coen is like, just give me Charlie Kelly.
Or he's like, give me something else, and he can't. He's like, all right, you know what? Screw it. Just give me Charlie.
What have you seen lately? What's the last thing you saw? Any in theaters or streaming, movie wise? Anything to call out?
I'm actually trying to remember the last thing I saw in theaters. It might have been Mission Impossible. I don't think I've seen anything since Mission Impossible, which was, I thought, very disappointing. I saw The Accountant 2, which I think we've already talked about, because I think I saw that before that. So I saw the Mission Impossible movie, which was 45 minutes longer than it had to be, and had way too many long speeches about how important it is that we're in this place right now and how this is our destiny, and not quite enough stunts. Although the plane scene at the end was pretty awesome.
That was pretty.
Yeah.
That was like super peak. That was really high. That was exciting. It was, I think that made the movie. I mean, I agree. It was long. It wasn't perfect, but and the first like 45 minutes to an hour, he just like was asked to accept a mission like 5 different times. It was like,
it had like they kept reminding us like, hey, he's been doing this for a while. Look at all these other movies and how they connect, and it's like some of the stuff that I didn't like the rabbit's foot becoming like part of the AI now instead of a biological. I feel like there was a lot of like revisionist history to make this all kind of connect, and I don't think it.
No, I don't think so.
I didn't need any of that. And also I feel like the villain wasn't interested. Like there wasn't like a lot of cool villain interaction. Like the AI in the last one was like unstoppable, and then in this one it's like they're not worried about the AI overhearing them anymore. All of a sudden, like the difficulty of like getting something past the AI is gone. And now it's just kind of more.
No, I think they kind of addressed it. Like they were like on shortwave radio and Morse code, and using the biplanes as opposed to electronics and all that. I think
guess
they touched on that. I like the connections to the previous movies, because I don't know if you remember, people like sort of complained about the rabbit's foot, like, oh, what was it? It was just sort of like a vague and very J.J. Abrams like mystery in a box kind of thing. So I feel like Christopher McQuarrie is like, oh, let's solve that for them and resolve that issue. I liked it. I like that it wasn't a chemical thing. I feel like they've done like 3 different chemical warfare things already in this series, so I was like, all right, that's a nice connection there. I didn't mind it.
I thought like the president stuff was very like melodramatic and slow and took forever to get to, like the Nick Offerman. Like I love Nick Offerman, but that might be the second worst death in a film, like right behind Marion in Dark Knight Rises, right? Like it was like a pretty bad bad scene, right?
I agree. That was a rough death scene. Yeah, I feel like that stuff was a little lackluster. I feel like they could have squeezed in another action sequence. Why not? Or already at the 3-hour mark, just squeeze. Like it was just like, oh, there's this. I would have been cool to see like Angela Bassett's character like just be a badass. Like maybe she takes out I don't know. Like you could have like maybe done a sequence there where like there's a chase. She's involved in shooting. And I don't know.
I mean, I think Fallout was so good, and if you look at Fallout, it's like pretty much nonstop exciting. Right? Like there's like a couple of big set piece stunt scenes, but it's like everything in between that is also fun and exciting and good fight scenes and good drama and tension. And then you look at like, I don't know, Dead Reckoning Part 1, I was like, it feels like it took a long time to get to that like motorcycle jump. It felt like it was a lot of waiting and talking. And then this one felt even more so. I don't know. I feel like maybe this should have been one movie. Maybe this should have been one movie where they didn't have so much air, I don't know.
It was a little bloated. Dead Reckoning on the rewatch, I found it a little bit better, but it is long. Like there is that like car chase scene where they're in the Mini and they're handcuffed together.
Yeah, that's fun.
There's some fun stuff, but it's a little long. It's like, okay, we're not done with this sequence yet. But yeah, I think Final Reckoning, it's not perfect. I had fun with it, so we'll see how it plays when it comes out on Blu-ray. Because I'm buying
Of course you're buying it. You're double dipping, I bet.
it. Double dipping.
Well, because they're gonna have a special edition like box
No,
set, right? They're gonna have a box set if it's the last one,
I
right?
won't. I won't buy them all again. I already have the. No,
No, promises,
yeah,
promises. I'll believe it
yeah.
when I don't see it.
I mean, do you think this will be the last one?
No, I think this will be the last one for a little while. I think he needs to recharge his batteries.
Yeah.
I think he'll have like 1 or 2 box office misses, and he'll be like, "All right, Mission Impossible time."
Yeah, I can see that.
We'll see. It depends how Top Gun 3 goes, right?
I mean, it made so much money. It would be stupid of them not to do it. But yeah.
I'm okay if they don't do it though. I feel like they did such a good sequel. It's like leave it alone.
Yes. Yeah. I agree. It's really good. I did
but-
see. Okay, so one of our last episodes, we talked about Megan 2.0. I did see it. I saw it.
Oh, you did see it? Oh,
I did. I did. I saw.
Well, you buried the lead on this. I didn't know you saw that.
I'm gonna lead up to it. So I saw it, and
So wait a minute. Did you watch the first one? Did you see the first one first?
I'd seen the first one, but I hadn't seen it.
Oh,
since
you had.
theaters.
Okay,
I didn't have time to. I didn't have time to rewatch. So like we talked about, I enjoyed the first one. Wasn't expecting to see a sequel. Wasn't like looking forward to one. The trailer got me. I love the T2 vibes. Thought it would look fun and campy and all of that. So I was like, all right, I'll see it. Looks something different. The movies sucked. It was disappointing. I got fooled by the T2 vibes. There's no T2 vibes in
T2,
there.
no,
I feel like
no.
a lot of missed opportunities there. It's just so convoluted, and they just kind of like make things up as they go along. The villain isn't all that great. There's no like big battle between Megan. I mean, there was one, but like it was just very underwhelming. I feel like it was almost like a first draft of the script, and then maybe whoever cut the trailer, the agency gave it that T2 kind of vibe to it, and like they're like, oh, maybe we should have done that. And I feel like there was no like, Katie she was in peril, but like I wanted to see Megan like pull a T800 Arnold, kind of like really just like come out of the ruins and like recharge and get back. And it was just like, well, she was always alive, and she easily got back alive, faked this, did that. It was sucked. Don't see it. Don't
see it.
Yeah, don't see it. Don't see the first one if you're not interested. Don't see the second one. Yeah, it sucked.
Well, at least you got to sit in an empty theater and no one bothered you, right?
Yeah. There was not many people. And if you remember on that episode, we did a little prediction challenge, to see like, oh, how much money that would make at the box office. And then we also were in agreement that, oh, F1's not going to do well at the box office. It won't open number one. We were like, oh, Megan 2.0 will open number one. And we like,
yeah, we were exactly right on that, huh? Obviously, we were very smart guys.
So off. F1 made number one. It's projected to make 55 million at the box office, and Megan 2.0 making 10 million. So we bombed that. We bombed that prediction. But I think worthy of it. I don't know. It just wasn't good. All right, so let's jump into it. Welcome to Trailer Teardowns, where we take a trailer and discuss the nuances within a trailer that makes us want to see it in theaters, wait for streaming, or skip it altogether. I'm Angel Acevedo, joined by Patrick Coen.
Hello.
And today we're discussing the trailer for Honey Don't. One thing I do want to preface, Evan has suggested this a few weeks ago in terms of, we've discussed like, oh, how do you think people are listening to digesting this podcast? Are they watching the trailer first, then listening, or do they watch the trailer after they listen, or do they even know that do they even like watch the trailer at all? So we just want to let the audience know that in the episode description, we always link the trailer or teaser for the film that we're discussing. So if you look at in Spotify or Apple or wherever you listen to podcasts, you'll see there's a link to this trailer. And then we encourage everyone to either watch the trailer before or after listening to the pod, so maybe just sort of get more out of it. What would you do? Would you watch the trailer first or watch it after listening? What do you think?
I think I would want to watch the trailer first.
Yeah.
So not to get anybody to stop listening to this podcast right now, but if you watch the trailer first, I think it's easier to follow the discussion about the trailer. Mm-hmm. And then maybe watch the trailer again at the end and see if we're crazy or not. Right? Maybe be like, oh, Angel was nuts. That scene works. That scene works great.
Yeah. Yeah, I see. I think you could go either way. But yeah, I think for me, I would watch the trailer first and then hear what people think about it. Just very similar to like a rewatchable podcast, or like you do like a watch back, like, oh, I watched that movie, I want to hear people talk about it, hear their thoughts.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah, you wouldn't want to watch a reaction video for something you haven't seen yet. Like,
yeah.
like I think you'd want to. I would want to watch it first.
Yeah, but hopefully, even if you don't watch it first, hopefully maybe hearing us talk about it gets you excited enough, like, oh, let me see what these bozos are talking about, and then watch it.
Well, the one bozo and Patrick. Let's see what the one bozo and Patrick are talking about. You mean, right? That's what you mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So yeah, just wanted to put that out there. We always link the trailer or teaser in the description, so do with that what you will. And then yeah, let's get into it. Background on the movie.
Yeah, so background on Honey Don't. This was directed by Ethan Coen. It's a Coen brother, singular. They've stopped making movies together, which I want to talk about, Angel, because I want to know if you know anything about that. I believe Ethan Coen's last movie was Drive Away Dolls, which I didn't see, but I remember liking the trailer. This one, Honey Don't, stars Margaret Qualley, Chris Evans, Aubrey Plaza, Charlie Day, which I love Charlie. I want to talk to you about that in a moment.
Yes.
The release for this is August 22nd. And interesting fact, The Ladykillers was the first movie where Ethan was credited as a co-director with Joel. So before that, they were just Coen brothers, I believe, right?
No, so like before that, because everyone says like, oh, it's a Coen Brothers movie. The Coen Brothers directed it. But I just realized that they weren't both credited as directors until Ladykillers in 2006. So like Fargo, it's just Joel Coen.
Oh, got it.
Ethan was always credited as a producer. They both wrote the scripts, but then yeah, they changed that with Ladykillers as written and directed by Joel and Ethan Coen. So I was like, oh, I didn't know that. I just always assumed. But I think they always, even though they weren't credited in those earlier movies,
I think they always directed this way. Yeah. Together.
So.
Yeah. So are you a Coen Brothers fan?
I like some of their movies. I have not seen their whole filmography. I kind of more like pick and choose and like, oh, that looks fun, that's kind of up my alley, I'll check that out, or that looks cool or interesting. Some things doesn't really like grab me, like a couple of their maybe recent movies last few years, like Inside Llewyn Davis, it didn't really. But movies like Raising Arizona, Fargo, Blood Simple, their first feature is really good. So I would say I've maybe seen a third of their filmography. I never saw Intolerable Cruelty. That just didn't seem like, it seemed very different. They definitely do a lot of different things, but they do kind of like I don't want to say repeat. They have similar themes and sort of like style across some of their films.
Yeah.
Big Lebowski's great. So, I haven't seen them all, but it's more like, this looks up my alley. I'm interested in this. I'll see this. What about you?
Yeah, I love the Coen Brothers. I grew up loving Raising Arizona. Obviously, Big Lebowski is amazing. I love Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? I love The Hudsucker Proxy, which is a movie that I think is very often forgotten in the conversation, but it's so much fun. I love No Country for Old Men. I think I saw that in theaters 3 times. It's probably the only not comic book or huge action movie that I saw that many times, because I was just fascinated by like the tension that they build with Shigara, outside the door, blasting the doorknob and all. Like, that scene is just so good, and it just, the themes there and the acting and everything was just fantastic in that movie. So, big fan. I didn't love Intolerable Cruelty. I didn't love The Ladykillers. So it's not like they're always hit. They're hit and miss for me, but I appreciate that they don't always try the same thing. Like, if you don't know anything about the Coen Brothers and you watch The Big Lebowski and then you watch No Country for Old Men, you might be surprised it's the same directing team. We were talking about Wes Anderson kind of always doing the same thing, and I feel like the Coen Brothers are not guilty of that. And I'm actually I'm curious to know, and I couldn't find any information on this. I don't know that they've ever really spoken publicly about it, but why they kind of split, why they stopped making movies together. I don't know.
I don't know either. They just started that like a few years ago, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. Don't know if they had a falling out or they're just like, let's do our own things. And it doesn't even seem like they're like producing each other's works either.
Yeah.
I think like the first movie that they split on was Joel directed that Hamlet movie with.
Was it Hamlet or Macbeth?
Or Macbeth.
I think it was Macbeth.
With Denzel for Apple.
Yeah.
What was it called? Doing a quick Google, IMDb search. Tragedy of Macbeth. Yeah, so it was Macbeth.
Yeah.
That looked interesting. The way it was shot. I think it was shot like 4:3, it's black and
Black
white.
and white. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it's kind of forgot about that. But yeah, I was interested in checking that out. But I think that's their first movie where they've like, all right, let's start doing our own thing. And then
Hmm.
Ethan did Drive Away Dolls on his own. I think
Yeah.
that
Did you
came
ever
out
see
last year.
that? I remember seeing the
No,
trailer. I saw the trailer and thought it looked interesting, and then for some reason just kind of forgot it existed and never ended up getting around to it.
yeah, no, I didn't see it. It's on my list. I think I have it on my like watch list on just like on
Yeah.
Apple just to see when it pops up on Netflix or Amazon or something like that. And I was interested. Definitely
Hmm.
has like that Coen Brothers vibe,
Yeah.
mix of characters, crime, people getting mixed up in things, Fargo-esque, and also that like dark humor, quirky humor that
Yeah.
I feel like they're known for. I feel like
Yeah.
humor is a big part of their style and the stories they like to tell. I mean, if you look across, I feel like the majority of the stuff like Hail Caesar, the Ladykillers, I've never seen it, but saw the trailer. Comedy is like a big part of their filmography.
Well, even their more serious fare, I think, is like Fargo is hilarious,
Yes,
right?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
No Country for Old Men even has funny parts. I think there's a lot of they understand. I think that you're never separate from funny moments, right? Even in the midst of drama, there's things to laugh at, and I think they
Hmm.
do a pretty good job with that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So Angel, how did you feel watching this trailer? What kind of what stood out to you? What was your takeaway after watching this for maybe a couple of times?
Yeah, I like the cast. The cast, likable cast. There's a few some funny moments in the trailer. Great dialogue, funny dialogue from Margaret Qualley's character. Chris Evan, his performance.
Is it Qualley or Quayle? I think I might have said her name
Mar
wrong.
I don't know. I'm terrible
Okay.
with names. If it's not Smith or John or Bob, Margaret Qualley. Sorry. I'll have to like find someone saying it on TV and see how they say it. Yeah, the cast. I think the cast like looks fun. I like these movies. I like detective movies. I like my serious detective movies and like the quirky comedy detective movies. So, has that sort of like hard boiled esque, it's not as
Hmm.
hard boiled, but has that narrative to it. The cast, I think the cast really stuck out. Margaret, she has this quirkiness to her with her performance, and her voice has like this almost tenor sound to it. I'm not a musician, but it's not bassy, but like it has like this like I think it's tenor. I don't know, tone to it. Like Chris Evans, he's playing against type, which I think is always great to see in an actor. And I liked his villain role in The Gray Man. The
Hmm.
movie
Yeah.
wasn't great, but I was like, oh, he's having fun.
Hmm.
And I liked him in that. And Charlie Day, he's just being Charlie, and I could
For
take
sure.
I could take that all the time. I mean, you get in the trailer itself, you get a full sense of like the tone. There's this dark humor. It's violent, but almost in a slapstick Looney Tunes kind of way. You get that there's that long-haired guy getting punched in the face and stabbed with a fork. He's just the way he's like his movement and blocking and like the facial reactions just feels very Looney Tunes esque. That even the car when it's dragging that body in the parking lot and it like
Hmm.
hits the light pole. It's not Fincher violence. It's like this kind of Coen Brothers violence. So that's fun. I did feel though it showed too much. The trailer.
Yeah. Yeah. I felt the same way. I think there's that guy with the long hair. I'm pretty sure we watched him die in the trailer, and so
Yeah.
it's like I don't necessarily need to know who lives and dies based on in the trailer. But I think it actually reminded me a little bit of The Nice Guys, the Shane Black movie, in terms of like the tone, where it seemed like it's going to be almost a full on comedy, but there's going to be some violence and some actual like again the there's some visceral moments of people getting hit with rifles or shot at or smacked into poles after they're dragged by a car that feels very visceral and maybe a little more dramatic, but in the midst of like slapstick one-liners and funny character. And yeah, and I think also for me, the cast stood out. It's just a great cast, which makes sense. It's a Coen brother. Who wouldn't want to work with them, right? But
Mhm.
it's interesting. You said playing against type, and I almost feel like if Chris Evans goes back to Captain America at this point, that would be playing against type because I feel like he's playing these kind of wacky, morally corrupt guys now. Like that's kind of his new thing. Like Knives Out, The Gray
Yeah.
Man. I mean, Red Sleigh Down, or whatever that
Oh,
really bad Christmas movie was. But it's kind of the same wise ass, like smirky, smarter than everybody in the room guy,
That was like, yeah, but that's like almost Disney, like that's like Disney bad. Like,
Oh yeah, I'm not saying it was I'm not saying it was a great
I
movie.
I wouldn't call that like against type, but like, yeah, it was like,
Yeah.
but I would say though, he does look the same in all the movies. I feel like the last like 4 movies that he's done outside of Captain America, he just looks the same. It's like he's like, I don't want to cut my hair differently. I don't want to shave my half beard. I'm just like, I want to look like this. Like from Ghosted to, although except for Gray Man, I love his stash. I like his look.
Stash.
Yeah, I like his look in Gray Man. But yeah, I just feel like he's like, I'll do something different. I'll be like this like questionable character, but I kind of want to look the same.
So you want him to play like Rush Limbaugh? You want him to gain like a lot of weight and do something different?
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm just calling it out that like, yeah, he looks the same, but like he's, doing something different in a way.
Yeah.
But you're saying like he would be, if he went back to Captain America, he'd be playing against type.
Yeah, I feel like he's playing these wacky, wise ass, like morally corrupt guys now. Like that's his new shtick. Starting with Knives Out, which I love him in that movie.
Yeah, he's great.
He's great, and it looks like he's having a lot of fun. I really like that moment where he's like at the podium and there's just 2 giant pictures of him behind him. Like I just feel like that's gonna be a lot of fun. I think he'll be a good villain, or I'm assuming he's a villain. It's hard, who knows? Yeah.
The French.
Right. Yeah.
The Who?
The Who, and then and then there's that weird ring symbol that must be some. Yeah, it's very Coen Brothers. I feel like it's gonna be in the Big Lebowski vein of like really offbeat, like left of center comedic characters, which I'm all for. I love those Coen Brothers.
Yeah,
movies.
Fargo too. Some of this just sort of reminds me of Fargo because it's just like, there's different groups of people kind of going on, and like everyone's intermixed into this.
Yeah.
The narrative of it all. Even like Big Lebowski too. Because if I recall, I don't really know Big Lebowski like super well, but like it is almost like a detective movie too.
Oh, it is. No,
right?
yeah, it is.
Yeah,
he's trying to solve. He's hired to find a missing person, basically, and it's like the world's worst detective on the case is kind of like the premise of that movie. Yeah.
I like that. So yeah, that was the big ending. I was like, oh, this looks fun. I like the cast, but I was like, it shows too much, unfortunately. And it's like, I get it. It's hard to like maybe sell a movie like this without showing too much. But yeah, you kind of could tell like, oh, he's gonna die. That person's gonna die. She gets shot in the end. I feel like that gut shot is just like that's a third act, and she shoots the main villain. If it's Chris Evans or not, it's like you could have cut this a little differently. The song choice, "Spooky" by I wrote this down. "Spooky" by Dusty Springfield. I thought it was a nice use of it. I don't know if it's a remix version. I'm not like, oh, that's the original song, but
well, I assume it's a period movie. It kind of feels like it doesn't take place today, and I think that if that's true, I think that song kind of helps set it a bit further back. Right, yeah. Like if you think about like the cars they're driving, I don't think there are any cell phones in the trailer. It feels like it's gonna be like 70s or 80s.
Yeah, I can see that, or early 90s.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, because like I feel like Charlie Day's like outfit just didn't really scream like 2025.
Okay, so let's talk about Charlie Day for a second because I love him, but I can't. It just feels like an episode of Sunny whenever he shows up in anything. Right, like honey, it sounds like Charlie's just being like talking like it seems like he's about to talk about cheese and I like it I don't know. I'm hoping it doesn't take me out of the movie when I watch.
I usually complain about like, oh, Paul Rudd is just like doing the Paul Rudd thing, and like I don't care. Give me Charlie all the time, same way, please. Don't mess it up. I'll be upset if it's different. So I don't mind that.
So you just want Charlie Kelly in this movie? That's what you want? Yeah,
basically. And I wonder if like Ethan Coen is like, just give me Charlie Kelly.
Or he's like, give me something else, and he can't. He's like, all right, what? Screw it, just give me Charlie.
So yeah, the song played well too. It had like a nice tone to it. The titles that they use, put in the names of all the actors in it, and the title of the movie. I feel like they pulled it from the Blood Simple Criterion Collection Blu-ray cover. They're not the same titles used in the actual movie, Blood Simple, but they look the same. And I was like, oh, they must like whoever cut this trailer. They're like, oh, we love this movie. We like these titles. I think these titles would work good for this trailer. And I wonder if that's going to be the same title design for the movie. So I thought they worked.
Huh,
Here, I'll pull. Let me show it to you.
Yeah. Let me see it.
It's like literally this.
Yeah, I mean, I think these titles are a little thicker though, right? But the same color and kind of neon look to them.
Yeah, I mean, it's not
Yeah.
necessarily the same font, but like
Yeah.
the font's thin and skinny. Everything's
Yeah.
capitalized.
I felt like it was supposed to be like a neon sign at a hotel or something.
Mhm.
Like, again, period specific maybe.
Yeah. But yeah, that it reminded
yeah.
me of that. I didn't like how it opened. I thought the opening like scene in the hallway of the evidence room with Aubrey Plaza, I felt like that was just sort of like odd and flat to me.
Yeah,
It wasn't really
I guess she's gay and they're like flirting. Is that what maybe we're supposed to just start knowing that? Is that why that was there? I don't know. I don't necessarily know what that scene is there for, because it certainly doesn't pop. That scene doesn't necessarily pop. Except,
yeah, it doesn't pop.
I mean, it shows her in her sexy stockings and her clicky clacky heels or whatever. So maybe that, I don't know, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it was off. I felt like it could have just opened like with the car pulling up, and it's like, oh, there you see. I don't know. Her eye line's weird too. If you look at it, like at 14 seconds, like that MCU of Margaret, like her eye line's just like, it just feels off, and like her performance there just feels stiff.
Maybe
too.
they cut together a different part. Sometimes they make it look like it's part of a scene that it's not in the trailer. But yeah, I think so. You think they should have opened with Don Swayze in the bar, right?
No,
that's Patrick Swayze's brother playing the bartender.
Oh, really?
I'm a big Don Swayze fan, and I wish he'd gotten better billing in this.
I've seen him and stuff. I didn't know that. Yeah. I didn't that opening didn't do it for me, but everything else like cut together nicely and all that.
Yeah. So I loved the, like, she's examining the church outfit, and she's like, she never wears it in the house, and then like the like dominatrix or whatever like underwear pops out, and like, oh, I thought that was very funny. And then like something about Chris Evans in a threesome being like, Hector, not in the sacristy, right? Like, if you want to shoot me, let's go outside. Like something about that is just really funny to me. Like, not in the sacristy.
The guy who's like coming in to shoot him, he's probably covering his eyes because he doesn't want to see what's going on the bed.
It's probably like his sister. I bet it's his sister or something. I don't know. Like, or like, yeah, or well, maybe not because he's shooting. So maybe it's like, God will punish me if I see sex or something. Yeah, it's probably something in that vein.
Yeah.
But very funny. And then either that's the guy that gets dragged into the column later, or he just gets straight up shot by Chris Evans, because Chris Evans is shooting somebody. Looks like in that same scene, again showing us too much in the trailer.
Yeah, you figure like he's not. Yeah, that guy's not surviving that scene.
Hector's not going to make it to the final credits here, I don't think. Yeah.
I like the scene in, I guess, Chris Evans's office with Margaret. It's like, hey, do you want to? He's just like trying to like change the topic, and it's like, hey, let's go for a drink. And like,
oh right,
and she's like, well, I don't drink on Tuesdays. It's my dry day. And yeah, I thought that was really funny dialogue.
Yeah, and he's like, it's Wednesday. It's Tuesday. Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's very funny.
Oh, there's a cool shot that they used in the trailer, and it seems very just Coen-esque too. The shot at 1 minute and 50 seconds. There's like the extreme close up of the eyeball, and there's like a silhouetted figure like holding a knife. It's a cool shot.
Very Hitchcock.
Yeah, totally. Cool. Oh yeah, I found some really kind of funny. Couple funny YouTube comments. I'll go through them right now. In general, a lot of the comments, people were like raving about the cast, specifically Chris Evans. Here's one. Chris Evans taking jerk roles is my fave new category.
Yeah.
I think we talked about this with Brian in the One Battle episode, but since this is a YouTube trailer, they do that teaser at the beginning. Someone called this out. They're like, pre-trailer trailers are the death of joy.
Well, I actually couldn't tell if that was the case here or if that was part of the trailer. It almost looked like part of the trailer proper to kind of slam us into it. I couldn't quite tell.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're getting better with it, but I think that's that person's comment on that.
Yeah.
And I think you'll love this one. I'm not sure about Charlie's detective skills, but I know for a fact that he's the best damn bird lawyer that ever existed.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Bird law. Yeah, that's great.
Cool. So what'd you think? So what's your verdict? Are you seeing this theaters, streaming it, or skipping it?
I feel like this is a theater movie to me. I feel like this looks like it's gonna be fun, and I'm a big Coen Brothers fan. And again, I didn't see his last one, so I feel like I owe him one. And we'll see. I like Coen Brothers movies, so I'm gonna see if I like Coen Brother movie. Mm-hmm. We'll see. This is gonna be my check, but I think I have a feeling this is gonna be a lot of fun, and I think I'd like to check it out early. So I think I'll be there in theaters, not opening night, but
Yeah.
certainly in the theatrical run, I think I'll check it out.
Cool.
How about you? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I like to support the theater experience. I like to support filmmakers doing original stuff. But what's holding me back from seeing it this in theaters like right away, like in a month and a half from now, is like it just shows too much, and I feel like I'm
Mm-hmm.
too close to it. I think I would want some separation from it. So I'm gonna say I'm gonna stream it. I'll wait for streaming.
Because you want to forget the trailer, so you don't.
Kind of,
So you can
yeah.
be interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I feel like it needs some separation from it. It's funny, like Evan and I did an episode maybe 5 or 6 episodes ago called "I Don't Understand You." It's this dark comedy, and our complaint was, it's a funny trailer, looks fun, dark comedy. These two gay guys, they're on a trip in Italy, and they get mixed up and they accidentally kill this older woman, and then they just keep killing people, and the trailer just shows so much, and it's like if they ended it 30 seconds earlier, I would be like, okay, cool. I definitely see it. So like similar to that, like I would see it because I would want to see that where it ends, and I think it's funny, but it just showed too much. So similar to that, I'll just wait for it to come out in streaming, and hopefully kind of have some distance to it.
Trailers are tough, man, because it's like I hate when you go see a movie and it's not what you were promised. Like it sounds like your experience with Megan was, right? Where it's like,
Yes.
I want to see the movie I was promised in the trailer, but then by the same token, like if they show you too much, I don't want to go in not knowing what the movie is, but I also don't want to go in knowing all the major plot points and all the beats, right? So it's tricky.
Yeah, it
to
is.
sell these things.
It is. It's tricky, and it's also you kind of you also want to be surprised too, right?
Yeah.
In terms of like, well, I was expecting this, and I got this. That was fun. I like that. But yeah, it is tricky, and it's sort of like a double-edged sword there. So yeah, for me right now, like I'd stream it for sure because these kind of movies are fun for me. Again, I like detective movies, like the ensemble, small town, sort of crime, what's going on, murder mystery, whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm there, streaming wise.
Yeah. So I feel like I know Hector dies. I know the long haired guy dies, but I don't necessarily know who the bad guy is or who the girl is that she's looking for. I feel like there's enough for me that I'm still, I want to learn what this is actually about.
Cool. All right. Awesome. Do we have a question for the comments? I couldn't think of anything right now.
Yeah. I mean, what we could just ask, what's your favorite Coen Brothers movie?
Okay. Yeah. Go with that. What's yours? I don't.
No, I don't think I said, but it would be Big Lebowski.
Okay.
But I would say honorable mention to Hudsucker Proxy because that is so much fun. Love that movie.
Yeah, I remember seeing that trailer. But yeah, never saw that one. I haven't seen all of their movies, but I would say Fargo is probably my favorite. Of what I've seen. Cool. As always, we'll have the poll on Spotify, so let us know if you're gonna see this movie or not. And as always, thanks for listening, and we'll see you on the next one.
Or yeah,
we won't see you. You won't see us. We won't see you. You'll listen to us maybe, and then we'll do the next episode.
Yeah, you'll hear us soon.
You'll hear us. All right. Later, Patrick.
Bye.